Hello there, and welcome to a long overdue video from the farm. So today marks 2.5 years we've had the land now. Boy oh boy has this last year been a big one. Two big battles for us, the virus obviously, and then a lot of issues with the council this year. So everyone's been watching the news, most people know someone that's got their own business. It's not been great times for anyone, has it? And it worked out like that for us too. A good 2/3, almost 80% of our customers are in the hospitality industry, so consequently they've been forced to shut for a whole year, which has negatively impacted us severely. Fortunately though, we've got a good number of farm shops, butchers, that sort of thing, that have all managed to stay open, and then at the beginning of the first lockdown actually did significantly more than they would usually do, sort of a Christmas period type thing with everyone rushing to get eggs and meat and all sorts of stuff. Then just a little bit into the virus, we sort of started to change business tack completely. So we were pretty much 100% business to business sales based, and now we've switched it round, so we're almost the other way around until everyone opens back up. We're about 90% customer straight from the farm delivery service now. Fortunately, us having a pretty good network of friends has enabled us to do that. So what we did was we've set each one of them up with our wholesale egg price, and then let them do door-to-door around themselves, making shop price. So it works out equally well for both of us. And quite a few of them have done pretty well from it. Mostly they've just been using the Facebook marketplace to sell their wares. Now a few of them sell a few extra things other than our eggs now, but they've all got a pretty regular door-to-door round going. So then we set up our own to try and do a similar thing around our area. And the next thing we've had to deal with is our local council giving us an absolute nightmare. Caught the video one year on the farm, you'll have seen obviously we put this pallet shed and lean-to up and our egg packing shed. Got a few other bits and pieces in, a couple of containers and whatnot. And then council came along, led me down the garden path, didn't they? Telling me they needed full planning permission for temporary structures. So obviously went along with what they were telling me, being a bit naive about things. Gone all the way through the planning application and getting to the final stage, and then they tell me, oh no, we're going to have to reject everything unless you do this, 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 this and this. A massive list of extra surveys they require, which means I have to pay 4 or 5 times as much money for the application because of all the extra outside consultants you need. Not good, was it? Now it turns out, after taking the advice of a neighbour of mine and getting a proper planning consent person involved, which is basically an outside company, does all the application on your behalf, turned out the process was a hell of a lot simpler than I was told. So basically, none of the temporary structures need permission because, as I said, they're temporary structures. And then it turns out I was actually correct that I have agricultural rights to do various things because we have animals on the farm, we need various infrastructure for our farming business. So the planners sorting stuff out, had a bit of a win. Managed to get permission for 2 big barns. So as it turns out, with agricultural rights and permitted development rights, you can pretty much build whatever infrastructure you need. You just need to make the council aware that you're doing so, and as long as you can justify it and you require it as a need for your farming operations, there's not a lot they can say about it, which is again the benefit of having the proper planning people on side. As everything I needed, they just quote us various sections of law and planning council guidelines to justify the need for it, which is obviously stuff as a layman you wouldn't know about to do in the application. So nailed it. Got permission for a big barn to replace all our sheds that were temporary structures. Right here, you can see you've got a big area scraped out flat, ready to put the barn up in the next couple of months or so, hopefully, as soon as we get the funds together, start building. So that's the trials and tribulations talked about. Let's have a little look at what else we've got done this year then. Also got a barn of the same size already put up to house our chickens now. Much identical in size and structure to the main barn we're going to build. The main barn's a little bit wider though, so I've got a few finishing touches to do on the end of this one, but it's pretty much there. Just some cladding left to go on. Which thing we've got done this year, planted almost 3,000 new trees. So we got sent 2,500. which are in this field and the next door field where the chickens were previously. Now we got sent those as part of a grant scheme from Severn Trent Water, so basically planting trees on their behalf. Similar sort of stuff to mentioned in that 20 million trees Mr. Beast was doing, bureaucracy malarkey. And we've taken advantage of that, getting myself some free trees, doing them a favour by cutting their carbon footprint, helping with their water catchment and so on, which is why they do it. The big thing, we've got the solar panels on the roof of the building, rather than being on the frame, which was actually half shaded when we put the building up. So yeah, solar panels in the ideal position on the roof. Full solar power. Now we've got one left over this time though, had to do a slightly different array. As you can see up there, it was in threes. Yeah, got this one left over, got two more spare, so we've got a couple extra to do something with this year. And in this bit of bank here, planted another 500 willows all the way along it. And then we've got 500 hazels in this field. Now these are a bit of future prepping, so we can produce some hazelnuts for selling on farmers markets and stuff, as well as a bit of free pig food. Let them eat the fallen food around the trees eventually is the plan. Yeah, new fence. Old fence now. We've got to take this out and replace it. We did it cheap to do it twice. Oh well. Now, we never had this problem before. It's always just been foxes we've had to deal with. But yeah, badgers, straight through this chicken wire. Absolutely straight through it. As you can see, massive hole there. Big old hole here. As you can see, they just absolutely tear straight through it. No stopping. That's 2 layers it's gone through. So you might have seen the video on our PVC polytunnel hoop house for chickens. There was like a movable ski. Now they were working pretty well for us, but we've had to change them slightly to meet our requirements for being an egg producer. And then obviously now they're completely redundant. Now we've got that big shed up. But yeah, that was a good couple of weeks work. I say about 3 or 4 weeks work to put all those together. But they worked real well for us, and we've had chickens in there for about 6 months, so just about paid for themselves. And eventually now, those same sort of frames they're on, be some Airbnbs for us in the future. Put those down by the river, replace the wood with a better structure. That'll be plenty of future videos, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to be catching some of them. Then we've got plenty of content to come too on our roundhouse build we have here. Started it several months ago now, but yeah, got there pretty much to make it a usable building. It's going to be a nice little office for the farm, as well as probably put a sofa bed in here for the nights that I need to stay, rather than using the little Buki caravan. I've got this reciprocating pattern in the floor, so I can make each one of these different segment, looking different. And then the same up the wall, have different segments all the way around the wall. I was going to try and do the same in the roof, but using this sort of centre log that I wanted to use, it was going to make it a bit of a nightmare and take way too long to get the roof on. And yeah, weather was closing in, so we have a nice strong roof just in this sort of structure. Still got a little bit to put on, but it's got a grass roof too. What else then? Yeah, we've got all the backup reserve of steel and aluminium that we've got from the bus, and various bits of fencing, old metal from all over the shop really, and then we've got all these aluminium cans as well that we collected from our customers. We've got about 3 or 4 ton of them now, and yeah, probably 3 or 4 ton of good aluminium in here as well, so plenty of metal to be sold. This is our rainy day fund, shall we say. But yeah, it's all in one spot now, so a little bit tidier around the farm. We've got good old dog run up for the pups now. Hello, mate. Hello. We've also got a new dog, a giant cane corso. Say hello, lady. Who's a good girl? Got in shed as well for us to be having a bit of a utility building. Some fridges and some chairs in here. And then, yeah, Stu got a birthday present of his auntie and uncle. We'll turn this into an outdoor shower pretty soon. Yeah, the lockdown and all the various things we've had to deal with at the farm have put us back a bit on the old bus project. But we've got the geezer booked in to come and weld the floor in now at the correct height we want it. So fingers crossed, we'll have some movement on this in the next couple of weeks also. And we've also got quite a few piglets this year. So our one pregnant girl's already given birth. We've got this big girl here, ready to drop any day now. And then we've got these girls that are all probably a month and a half behind giving birth to the other ones. So yeah, the small pig farm fully operational now. Not a bad start considering the pigs were free. Yeah, well, we've pretty much covered all the costs of the pigs so far in terms of feed and whatnot, and extra bits of housing we've had to sort out from the piglets we sold last year. So yeah, fingers crossed this year we'll be able to sell a few more piglets, as well as we'll have some meat coming through. So I think that about wraps up everything we've got done this year. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, because we'll have plenty more content coming very soon. We've got about 30 videos ready to upload. Going to be aiming at least 2 or 3 uploads a week, ideally. At least 1 or 2 for the time being. But yeah, we've got so much content to come, we're going to try and squeeze 3. So thanks to all those people that have actually donated something to the PayPal link over the past year also. Haven't actually done a thank you. I apologise about that. But yeah, we've also added the subscribe button now, so you can join for a regular payment towards the farm if you're looking to help things grow, help us produce more content. I think we'll wrap this video up here then. Got plenty more things coming in the next few weeks then. It'll mostly be content we filmed over the last year, but pretty soon we'll have all the new stuff we're doing now coming out on the roundhouse, the bus, etc. So yeah, catch me in the next one. Bye bye.